Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is SCC, and tonight we're going through the round 11 review, which does see us climb a few ranks, 612 back into the top 6,000. But it did feel like a bit of a down week considering some of the scores we had. Even looking at my leagues, I thought, this is going to be a pretty average round. Turned out to be a bit better than we thought, but yeah, I feel like there's a few things we need to fix. We probably had a few too many rookies on the field, but we were kind of forced into it with the laid out of Flanders and a few other things going on. And the trade in we got in really didn't fire, but that's all right. We can work that out from here and see what we're going to do, and hopefully push through these buys and end up in a really good position. Pretty happy with the rank climb considering the score. As you can see, it was actually a better week than last week, but yeah, just a bit frustrating. We were kind of safe today with a few good scores from our pottier players in the final games, which helped. But would have been nicer to have a little bit more of a solid score, but I can't complain too much. As I said, we went up some ranks, and we're in a good position to hopefully attack these buys. So getting into the team, as you can see, the defense was pretty good. Houston was our trade in, and he just struggled. I wouldn't say struggled immensely, but he wasn't helped by the fact that North just played so badly, especially when it was key early. And he just couldn't get any of the ball, didn't kick any goals, so that didn't help him get his score up a little bit. And when the ball did get into the back line, he just struggled a little bit to score from those points because the game was kind of over. So can't punish him too much. He's got the good buy. So we'll just stick with it from here and see how it goes. Looking at the rest, Ryan and Sheasel played well. McGovern really well. Only played a score over 100 in their game. So for West Coast, so pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Martin, it looks like Ridley's going to affect him. It looked like Ridley was taking kickouts, which wasn't great. I didn't see much else of Martin. I'm hoping he's not playing on the wing, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was. And yeah, we're just hoping he gets back to that role, I guess, at some point. And we can move forward with him. But I am a little bit worried about this Ridley role. We might have to flip him, but 97 isn't the worst, but it's not the 120, 130s we were getting. He did get a lot of the ball. I think he still got 30 disposals, so he probably just didn't use it very well, which isn't great. But hopefully Ridley doesn't affect him too much, and he can get into that efficiency again and push those scores back into the mid hundreds. Would be nice. And Nas had a good game as well, so he was top scorer for St Kilda. And I'm pretty happy to have him now. I was kind of not too happy at the start of the year, but he's a good pod. He's scoring quite well. And hopefully he can push on through the back end. West Coast this week. So hopefully he's got a bit of free-flowing ball. And it's a nice big field he'll be playing on. So should be a lot of chance to run. So interestingly enough, we saw Dacos score really well. Sarong only get the 90. Who did they play? Fremantle. They played Collingwood. So I was kind of surprised by that because Collingwood don't tend to put too much pressure on mids. Kind of let them do what they want. But Sarong did struggle. In the end, was happy to have had Bont as VC, although we could have got Dawson or Gawn, who scored, in Gawn's case, 45 points better, which would have been nice. But it would have been a real risk on that. Dawson just started off on fire, 2 goals in the first quarter, put him out to a 70-point first quarter. So it was pretty hard to see him not go well from there. And he got pulled together and got another 70 points. And the Crows had a big win. So that was good to see. And he's just been a really good pickup since we got him at 530. Which is what we really wanted to get him at. And they've got a good, this is the good part of the Crows run coming up as well. They've got Hawthorn next week and then Richmond after that. And Or is it Richmond next week? No, it's Hawthorn next week. Yeah, then Richmond after that. And then they'll run into their bye. Actually, I think they play Sydney. Then they'll run into their bye. And yeah, hopefully coming out of that, he can have a big run home. But he's looking good. Probably helped that he got a bit more midfield time. I don't actually know what happened to the league. I didn't get to watch the rest of the match, but he was subbed out. So that means that we could get even more midfield time for Dawson. And I don't know what it means for Laird as well, whether that will help him out. But we'll see what happens there. Took had another down game, although I think he was not that far behind. Rowell and Anderson was even worse. So that's all right. Really, with the Gold Coast games, we're looking at Miller versus Rowell. If Miller can outscore Rowell, we do well. I think it was only like 2-point difference, so we'll take that. Tom Green had another down game. So really cheap for people who want to go him still. I doubt his break evens. Yeah, his break evens 112. So if you want Tom Green, you can go for him. He's looking like he could be maybe a buy flip, like he's getting tired, or he really needs this buy to reset. But yeah, not the greatest from him. Then we had Closey and McCullough on field. So yeah, Closey didn't watch much of the Carlton game. I really didn't get to watch much football this weekend, to be honest, compared to previous. But was happy for him to get a 71. McCullough, I did see a bit of his last couple of quarters. He looked really good. He was getting some good ball off the ground at pressure points, which got him good scores and helped push the points up to 75. So pretty happy with that. Feel like you keep a spot in their team going forward, so that's good. Flanders obviously was the laid out with an illness, Gus, which made us change the trade. So originally we were trading Wilson out and getting Brown. Instead, we swapped that. We were trading out Wilson and keeping Tom Brown. In the end, we had to change it and go Brown out, Wilson in, and then we kept the other two trades the same, and got Houston and Richards. Yeah, that was a big move around on the Saturday when we found out Flanders out. Luckily, it was early enough to where you had enough time to get the change done. Otherwise, we would have had a 0 on field. Garcia didn't play. Hopefully, he could look at getting a game soon with them kind of going down to Melbourne pretty easily. And Rogers was the sub, so not great for his cash gen, and he's probably going to move some money down now. And it's looking like Jai Clark, with his big score this week, would have been all right to hold. Gawn went absolutely ham against St Kilda, so Marshall always gives up big scores, and Gawn met his break even of 160 or whatever it is now. So his break even's kind of reset. So if you want to get him, if you don't get him now, you probably wait till after his bye where he might have fallen a bit more. Sorry about that. Meek had a bit of a down game, which is kind of it's not surprising. He's against Brisbane, which is a bit hard. I did hear he went off a bit sore, so hopefully there's not much there, because I don't really want to have to train him yet. I kind of want to hold him through the buys. I think he's got the round 15 buy, which is where we would look to flip him. And we'll probably flip him into like a... Well, if we flip him there, we can't get Tim English. Well, we can, but he won't be playing. So maybe... I'm not really sure about Marshall. And who's the other players? Jerry and Grundy. I don't really like either of them either. Oh, sorry. We'll have to think about what we're going to do in the ruck soon, because that's going to come to a head. And I want to... Although it might be that we get rid of Sweet soon and get Livingston back there so we can have a bit more coverage on the bench. In the forward line, so Sweet actually outscored Meek this week, but 1 point, not too much to stress about. Meek's break even would be getting to, it's 124. So Yeah, he might lose a little bit of money this week, but I'm going to hold on to him because it's not a good week to get premiums in. We'll probably be looking at getting them in next week. Looking at the forward line, so this is probably the weakest line. You know, Richards was the highest scorer as emergency off the bench. Didn't feel great when I swapped from Fraser to him late, but Richards came through and outscored him by about 28 points, which was great because we would have missed those points on the bench. Missed 28 points out on the field. So we've held Rankin. The thinking there was we're coming into the buys, so hopefully we can just cover him and just cover him and score well enough that we don't have to worry about that and save a trade. Wilson scored well, got his break even, kind of looking to just hold him now for another week and see how he goes. The break even's 87, so it's around about what he's been scoring, but it looks like there's a couple other players who might be in a little bit worse of a position, especially because Wilson's got West Coast. Revel played all right. Darcy just had a bit of a trouble against the GWS defense. Oh no, he didn't play GWS. Who did he play? I can't remember who the Dogs played. Sydney defense, sorry. He hits an early goal, so I thought he was going to be all right. He was on like 20, and then he ended up with 40 for the rest of the game. So not great. Probably time to move him on. He's done what he needs to, and we can get to a premium here, hopefully. So let's count the players because buys, best 18 is all we need. We've got 3 trades, so hopefully we can make something happen here and get some enough playing players on the field and not have to worry about it too much. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we got 19 players before trades, which is great. Let's get Richards on. Let's get Flanders into here. Flanders on. Who do we... I'll just put on Gawn for now, the captain. Should I just optimize it maybe? So this is the optimized team, so pretty much them putting on everyone they can. But who won't be playing? So Livingston won't be playing, and Reed probably won't play either. And Nebel Garcia, so that's 3. So yeah, 19. I mean, Rogers as well as 18. So we might field, well, it's 18 before trades, but we're getting rid of Closey. We're getting rid of Closey and Darcy, but they're not really helpful to get rid of. But I think that's what we're going to have to do. And my initial thoughts are just going Butters, because Butters has the good buy, and we can get... Who will we get? So Dawson actually had a good game. Fraser's probably too high at 178. So I could go Dawson next week, though, which seems like an all right trade next week. So maybe I'll wait. So really what are our choices? Fraser, who actually played pretty well, but not really sure about the job security. We got Birders, although if he does play, he'll give us good cover through to round 15 when he's probably good to get rid of. McKinty has the good buy as well, but he does get the sub a little bit, I think, and he does score badly a little bit. Caddy's still got another game. Kalshadir, he got subbed off. Orazio, not really interested in, and the rest of them aren't great. Can we put anyone else mid forward? Yep, Zorko. So we got Camden McIntosh is kind of interesting. Jai Clark. Camden finally wasn't sub and played a good game. And they do have Oh, these are some bad games, bad scores. His minutes. So what was his minutes? His minutes were 97. So I'm not interested in that because it's the same as what it was before. That was just an outlier. Can we put, and what do we got in the defense? We got Leak. Leak went at 104. So that could be an interesting pick as well next week. Maybe it'll be like a double downgrade or something like that next week. I'd say it'd be definitely Will Dawson as long as he gets game. And then it's like it could be Leak just because he's off the bye. So this makes me go on to just go Fraser, doesn't it? So if we do that, optimize again. And that's looking not too bad. And then next week's like an easy buy to get around as well because it's just Port and Fremantle. Like next week we don't have an issue and hopefully McKerch is back, which will be good. Let's have a look at the rest of our buys from here. So then round 14, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. Round 14, we got. Wait, is that what I'm looking at? Yeah. Sorry. It was just out of my headspace then. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, probably, or 21 players, maybe 22 if Rankin gets back by then, because I think he's supposed to be back after 3 games. So that would be all right. And then round 15, I think, is the worst one at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. Did I count Reed? I don't think I did. I think he had the buy in that round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And Meat could probably go by then 16, 17. Wilson be gone. Fraser probably be gone. Richards could be gone. So those rookies all could go by that round, which is good. Even McAuliffe as well. So now we just got to look at, I guess, what have we got for? So let's put the full team on. So if we were to say have no rookies on the field. Yeah, so Zorko had a stinker. I don't think I actually talked about him. He just had a lot of gave away a lot of frees, and a couple of 50s. Really made it hard for him to score from there. And yeah, if you're wanting Zorko, you could get him by like round 14 or 15 now, because he's probably going to lose money. His break even would be pretty high, 128. So it's not like he couldn't beat that, but once the 160 comes out, it will get very high. So Tom Green on. We got 1, 2, 3 spots, 13 trades. Seems pretty good. I don't want to downgrade anyone else. How many guys have we got making money? So we got, if we had to get rid of McKercher, we could, but I wouldn't want to. I think he's going to still score well. So let's optimize back. So what do we got making money? Reed's not making money. Hopefully he gets a game soon though. We need an injury for Essendon though, because we're like Ridley back. They've got even more depth. McKercher, Rogers isn't making money now. McAuliffe, everyone's got Sexton. Such a big miss, or such a big player not to have. I guess I got Wilson. Probably Wilson next week. But I don't really have anyone who's like peaking on money. I've got a lot of players who are like close but not there. Because why Sexton could have been a good pick last week, because at least, it would have been less money, but by that time he would have probably made it. Maybe it'll be like Sweet. Because Soldo played Sandful this week, I'm pretty sure. So maybe it'll be like Sweet especially because he has the bye as well. Like he's good bye coverage for the other 2 weeks after that, but if he's not going to get a game, what's the point? And he could be topping out money soon anyway. He's made 150k, which is like what we needed. So it could be we go sweet. And we bank the 200. Because at this point, Meek's going to be pretty easy to upgrade. Like it's going to be like a 100k upgrade. It'll be a good game next week, Hawthorn versus Adelaide, because Hawthorn has shown they can put it up to the good team. So it's probably going to be like sweep down to like a Dawson. It's going to get us. So if Sweep plays this week, let's say he makes like 320, take 117,300 gives us 202k. And that's fine because Dawson is a defender forward, so I can put him in here. Livingston goes into there. Dawson here. So that gives us 202k plus 31,500. Oops. Say 202k. Sorry, I'm doing this off screen. I just realized. That leaves us 233 with 418. So this could be like, let's just say it's 410. 612k. And we've got a lot of choices. So I remember last week I was pretty keen on getting Myers, and I'm not saying I'm not, but I think that Butters better fits the buy structure at the moment. So if I go to Geelong forward, what did he score? 71. The 71's not the worst, so that's what I kind of thought his floor would be. He's got a really good run after this as well. So he gets Richmond next week. Then he's got like Sydney, Carlton are bad, but then like Essendon, Hawthorn, Collingwood, Dogs, North, Adelaide, like can go big on all of the teams from there on. So I guess even if I don't get him next week and I just wait till after Carlton at round 16, like that could maybe be a possibility. He's got a really good run of home, like Melbourne games after this as well. So yeah, a bit to think about, but they are on the back foot. Old Geelong, they've had a bit of a struggle. So yeah, what's happened that's sucking for us is that Rogers has plateaued, and the other guys like Reville's got a bye this week. McAuliffe, even if he plays this week, is only going to go up like 30, 40k. McKerch is injured, but also on the bye. So it's definitely gonna have to be Sweet. He's like gonna be the only guy. And I think Solder's gonna be back after their bye anyway, so I just don't think it's that big a problem. So who do we aim for is the question. And I want it to be someone in this round 12. So maybe it's... So Neil's going to be too expensive just by those calculations before, unless like Wilson holds or the others go up more. Warner, he's kicking like 4 goals a game to get to this score, so not really on that. Dunkley just seems to be a little bit off. Sherry, don't need. Dave, LDU had another good game. What's Errol like? Errol's been good without being amazing by the looks. Yeah, just those 90s. There's not really any good targets coming out of this. That's probably the hard part. I could go like a Power, I guess. I'm actually kind of happy I don't have Powell Fisher at this point because with their bye next week, and paying a 500 would be fucking ludicrous for Fisher. But if I have to do it, I might have to. Even Power, he's got the bloody midfield role back. Thank you, Clarko, for chaining up a player for no apparent reason and now putting him back in there. So yeah, I got a little bit to think about, but pretty happy with these like trades as a start. And then next week we kind of another easy week to navigate through with buys, but at least we don't have a lot of people are going to have those two North boys plus Heaney plus Zorko as well. Just like 4 players straight out, and Sheasel. Everyone's got like Sheasel, so that's 5. So yeah, we might be able to make up some spots this week because we got there's a few players we don't have, which is good. And then next week we can get Dawson. And maybe we do a double downgrade or something. I don't know. We got to try and get cash, but this isn't too bad for a start by the looks. And yeah, we'll see where we can go from here. But we might come on and have a little bit more of a look of a trade and buy structure video later on in the week and talk about captains and stuff, because I think that's going to be pretty interesting to see, because as we got buys we can kind of loop anyone, so we can pretty much do whatever we want there. Hopefully ranking can get back by round 14, because that seems to be where we'll really need him. And oh, sorry for the yawns, guys. And then yeah, we can push forward from there. But happy with what the team looks like this week. We have to make another trade. We can, just to get players on field. Hopefully we can, get a read game or something like that. We'll have one more look at the definite. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, or 17, 18. So we've probably got 18 definites. And we have to make, if we want to get Butters, we have to trade. We have to trade these two, even though they're playing, which doesn't feel great, because it would be great if Closey played in round 13, 14. If he had the buy now, but he doesn't. So yeah, I don't know. Quite annoying because these guys are going to miss games later, but yeah. We got no one else to trade. We want to keep moving forward. And Butters, although we're trading in a guy that's going to buy, at least Butters buys next week and it's not too bad. I guess we could look at guys like Luke Jackson, actually could be one. And even Horn Francis is playing well enough. You get a little look in. Connor Rosie as well. He'll be cheap as chips. So that could be good. Of course, have they got Hayden Young, I guess, Brayshaw. Even Jordan Clark has actually been scoring really well, but he's only a defender. So, if you don't have Sarong, it's a good time to get him after next week. But yeah, Clark, had a 134 again. So if he keeps scoring that way, he could be pretty good. Wine scored well again. So after his subbed out game, Young scored this 105. He kicked a late goal, which pushed him up to there, which kind of annoys me. And Jackson's still being hurt by Darcy. He scored 60 something this week. I wonder if Boak's an actual good player to have, because he's got a 106 round average, 3 round average now. And who'd he score them against? Geelong, Hawthorn, North. 90s aren't the worst. He's a forward mid. The problem with Boak is he could get injured at any time, but we are pretty desperate in the forward line, and he has got a good buy. So anyway, a few things we'll talk about in the next video. If you're still here watching, thank you for doing so. If you're new, you're not subscribed, please have a think about doing it. I'd be really appreciative if you did give us a subscribe, so we can build out this community that watches the videos and help some more people out. But hopefully your guys' round went well. Hopefully you climbed some ranks. Hopefully your buys are all planned out and you're ready to move forward because previous years this is where we've got a lot of points and a lot of ranks back. So in saying that, hopefully you'll have a good week and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.